Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode. This is episode number 13, and today we start off by putting in a bid here for Borja Mayoral of our rivals Real Madrid. The 18-year-old striker is currently a 66 overall, looks like a pretty decent prospect for the future, so we put in a £1 million offer and we shall wait and see what Real Madrid say. And also we had a bid here for Juan Carlos, one of our goalkeepers here at Rayo Vallecano. We've currently got 4 goalkeepers in our side. This is one of 2 that have their contracts up come the end of the year. Ibar came in with a £675,000 offer. It was a little bit under his valuation, but we said yes regardless, as we don't use him, and of course Kepa is our number 1 for many years to come. But still, following that, Real Madrid came back to us regarding Borja Mayoral, rejected our initial bid, so we upped it to £1.2 million, and we shall wait and see what they say. And I'd certainly like to bring him to Rayo Vallecano as well, because right now, of course, Perez is in red hot form, our top scorer this season, already into double digits. But of course, with Konate, who's just coming as well, he's on the bench right now, we still need a third choice striker, and Mayoral I think would be a really smart signing for us. A young player, lots of potential, and Spanish as well. He'd be a really decent option for cover. But still, for the first game of today's episode here, the first and only game of today's episode, we will take on Deportivo away from home, and the first chance actually fell to the home side as well, after they all played through 1-on-1 but couldn't hit the target, and it was still 0-0. Our first chance fell in the 11th minute with Bangura down the left hand side, skipping around his man with a scoop turn, then a lovely piece of skill to be the second man. His shot was well saved by the goalkeeper, but it fell straight towards Ayoza Perez, and our top scorer would open the scoring in style with a backheel goal. That's right, I think my first ever backheel goal in FIFA, certainly in FIFA 16, that's for sure. And what a fantastic way for Perez to score once again and get goal number 12 for his debut year with Rayo Vallecano. And you can see there on the replay, Bangura's shot was well saved by the goalkeeper. He got to his feet pretty quickly, but as Perez controlled the ball with his back to goal, he backheeled shotted the ball into the back of the net. And for the goalkeeper, I mean, he did make a pretty good save to deny Bangura, and Perez quickly took another shot on goal with the backheel quickly. So I guess it was kind of difficult for the goalkeeper to get his senses back and close down that near post. But either way, he probably should have got at least something on it instead of falling down. But we won't mind whatsoever. Ayoza Perez opens the scoring, and what a goal it was. But the lead would not last for long, because in the 21st minute, Deportivo would get themselves back on level terms with a nice goal himself here. As you can see, we tried to clear the ball away, and as per usual, I try and pass out from the back, gave the ball away really cheaply and surrender possession. And as they laid the ball off to the man here, coming in and on the edge of the area, he takes aim with a first time strike with the right foot, and Kepa had literally no chance to deny number 4. I mean, I couldn't really work out which goal I preferred there, Perez's superb backheel goal or that lovely strike from range there, as Deportivo get themselves back on level terms very quickly. What a fantastic goal that was, and as you can see, the number 4 does indeed equalise for the home side. So Deportivo 1, Rayo Vallecano 1, 2 goals, and both really nice to start the game off. Then the 34th minute, how about this? Perez gets sent down left hand side here, takes out Sydney with the no touch dribble. The Deportivo defender doesn't want to allow Bainer some space inside the area, so sticks tight with him and lets Perez run inside. But Perez, you can't give him much space, and as you can see, he has the room, he has the breathing room, and uses it to his advantage by curling the ball into the top corner and making it 2-1 to Rayo and putting us back in front. We exploited the AI there, marking up in the centre and giving Perez some space, and he obliged with a really good finish to make it 2-1, get his second goal of the game, another brace, and make it 2-1 and get ourselves back in front. But once again, our lead would not last for very long, because just 5 minutes before the break, Deportivo will get themselves back on level terms for the second time in the game, and Luis Alberto would give them their second equaliser. He received the ball, and once again they let fly from just outside the area, and again it clips the inside of Kepa's right post, and he has absolutely no chance. So all 4 of the goals are actually quite nice here, and it was 2-2 going into the break. Another fine strike there by a Deportivo player, and once again they get themselves back on level terms. We're just going to keep ourselves in front in this game, but for both goals you couldn't really blame the goalkeeper or the defending. So 2-2, well, the first goal you probably could, because I gave the ball away stupidly, but anyway, it's 2-2 in this game just before the break. But from kickoff we tried to get ourselves in front for the 3rd time in the game. Itura finds Perez here, who backheels it towards Bainer. He takes around his man with a ball roll back towards Perez, who goes for goal, looking for his hat-trick, but could not hit the target, and his shot goes wide at the post and behind for a goal kick. So at half-time you can see it was 2-2. It wasn't actually the most action-packed of first halves, it's just that both sides were really clinical and really threatening. In the second half though, Kepa made a really good save here to keep it at 2-2, 9 minutes after the restart, and once again, trying to pass out from the back, I give the ball away with Bangura, dilly-dallying, Deportivo win it back, player 1-2, but the shot goes just wide of the post and behind for a goal kick, and it was how the game would finish as well. Final score here, Deportivo 2, Rayo Vallecano 2. Our unbeaten streak does now get extended to 6 games, our longest in the series, but it is back-to-back draws, a little bit disappointing, but either way, the game was a pretty interesting one, let's just say that, with the 4 goals being scored, and all 4 of the goals were really nice as well. Truth of the matter is, I could have given moment of the match to any of those 4 goals, but in the end, I gave it to Perez' sensational backheel goal, which was the first of 4, and again, possibly the goalkeeper could have done a little bit better, getting to his feet quickly, and then sort of just falling on his back, but either way, we won't mind. It was a really cheeky goal from Perez, and that was his 12th of the season, if I remember correctly, but either way, as you can see there, he touches the badge, he knows where his future lies, that's for sure. What a start to his career with Rayo, as he is currently our top scorer right now. So 2-2 the final score, and following that, as you can see, it was time for transfer deadline day. Also, Suarez got an injury in that game as well. He sprained his ankle and will be out for 3 weeks, which is a bit of a shame, but still, it was time for transfer deadline day, and as you can see, we would start off by seeing that Juan Carlos did indeed get sold to Eibar for £775,000, and also that Real Madrid accepted our bid for their young striker Mayoral. We go ahead and offer him a contract, and we shall wait and see what he says. I really do feel as though this will be a great young player to develop for the future as well. With Perez in red hot form right now, and us playing with the one striker, we may not necessarily need another striker, but for peace of mind, I'll certainly like one. Konate is our backup, and this guy can be a third choice striker. Play a game maybe here or there in the first season, and then the second season possibly look to loan him out or get him involved in the first team a little bit more. But still, following that, I looked at buying a player on a pre-contract as well. Fabricio, the Deportivo goalkeeper, 75 overall, 30 grand a week is what he's on right now. Wouldn't mind bringing this guy to the Estadio de Vallecas. I think he'd be a pretty smart signing for us there on a free, because obviously right now we just sold Juan Carlos. We've got Cabeno, but his contract's up come the end of the year. He probably won't get a new one. Yo's on loan as well, so next season we'll start the season off, presumably, with just the one goalkeeper in Kepa. So if we can bring in the second one on a free, and also already being 75 overall as well, he's probably not going to get any better at 28 years old, but he'll come in and be an understudy for Kepa, despite being several years older. I think he'd be a pretty smart signing for us. So as you can see, we've given him a new contract after he declined his first one, so did Mayoral, and as you can see, both of those accepted their deal. As Dorado got sold to Sporting Gijon for £800,000, and we'll bring them both in. Fabricio will come in at the start of next season on a free, and again, I think it's a pretty smart signing there to get him in on a free, as we will only have one goalkeeper next season, but now 2. And for Mayoral as well, £1.2 million. Not an expensive deal to play for a player, despite him being only 66 overall, especially when you consider the fact he's only 18 years old, and he'll certainly get better as the years go by. So Fabricio agrees to join us next season. Mayoral comes in as well. Very happy, completed 2 signings on deadline day right there, and as you can see, Mayoral's valuation did drop a little bit, which is a bit concerning, but he does look like a really decent starting striker at just 66 overall, with 78 finishing to begin with. I think if he does get the game time and does play quite well, he'll develop pretty nicely and prove to be a really smart squad player for us in years to come. And as you guys know, whenever I do a career mode, if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know there's always at least one striker I have who always turns out to be a backup striker but nothing else, but always scores the goals. Maybe Mayoral will be one of those players. He's always a squad player, never a first 11 player usually, but whenever he's called upon, we'll find the back of the net and be a regular source of goals. But still, following that, we put in a couple of inquiries here for a couple of wingers. As you can see, Sociedad wanted £4.7 million for them, and also put in an inquiry for Aston Villa's Adama, but of course I forgot he was signed from Barcelona for this season. A bid did come in for Perez as well, but of course we just laughed it off from Southampton. He's going absolutely nowhere, we know that. And also Tenerife accepted our bid of £825,000 for George or Jorge Sainz. Not sure how you pronounce that. You guys will have to help me out in the comment section down below. For the time being, we'll just call him George or Jorge. We'll have George Mera and George Sainz together, won't we, if he comes in? But anyway, we put in a bid for this guy. Tenerife accepted it, and we shall wait and see what he says after we give him a contract. And also put in a bid for the Sociedad winger as well, but I doubt we'll get him. We don't have too much money left over, and if we do complete the signing of the Tenerife centre-half, we won't have enough money to pull this deal off off. But as you could see, the Tenerife centre-back did accept his contract straight away and become our third signing on transfer deadline day, as Sociedad once again rejected our bid there for their winger, so we're just going to stop pursuing him. But as you can see, Sainz comes in, Jorge Sainz, not sure how you pronounce that, you guys will have to let me know in the comments, but he's 19 years old, a centre-back, can also play defensive midfielder as well. He's 66 overall. His valuation, just like Mayoral, went down as soon as we signed him, which isn't great to see, but he still looks like a pretty decent young player and a young prospect as well, only 19 years old, and 6'4" as well. I really like the look of this guy as a player to develop. So that is how transfer deadline day would end then. We would make 3 signings in total. Fabricio coming in on a pre-contract for next season on a free, and also Mayoral and Jorge Sainz coming in as well. Once again, please do let me know in the comment section down below how you pronounce that name, because I'm sure I'll get it horribly wrong. But either way, 3 signings being made on transfer deadline day, and I must say 2 transfer windows down, both of them down in the first season for Rayo Vallecano. We're starting to look like the side that I want to build with this Rayo side. We started off with a load of old players we didn't really want, and a load of deadwood as well, and admittedly there are still a few players here at this club that are players who we want to sell and get rid of as soon as possible, but I still like the direction we're now heading in with Rayo. We're starting to build a younger side, we're reducing the average age of this team, and admittedly it's a really thin squad. It's very small at all, and of course a couple of players are also on loan here from other clubs too, but I'm beginning to see the future with Rayo Vallecano. When I first came in, it was a club that needed an awful lot of change, and in 2 windows we've already done a lot with this club, but there's still a very long way to go. The most important thing is that we're heading in the right direction now. We've got good young talent coming in. Next season, I don't know where we'll be looking to strengthen, but we can think about that come the end of this season. But what I know right now is that we'll continue to buy the young players, try and develop them for the future, and right now we're doing that in our first 2 transfer windows, and it's paying dividends as well, not just with players developing in their stats, but also in the league table as well. 6-game unbeaten streak right now, 16 games to go, but in 9th place with 34 points. It's been a pretty impressive first season so far, but 16 games to go. Hopefully we can finish the season strong in the second half and still perform really well and keep ourselves in the mid-table. I'll consider that a successful first season if we can do that. But that will end today's episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Likes, of course, much appreciated, and it really helps the channel grow as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic Thursday, and I'll see you for the next episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode very soon.